In this video, we're going to talk about when self-care becomes hiding and how we can move past it when it does. This is a topic that often comes up for myself and for my students and clients, and that is, when does self-care start becoming a way to hide? Where, while on this journey of personal growth, do we get stuck in the inner work and the emotional side of things, but we're not actually doing anything? We're not actually moving the needle in creating and manifesting what we want on the outside. I think everyone who is committed to a path of personal growth and self-discovery would agree that continuous and never-ending learning and growing and ultimately contribution is necessary in order to live a happy and fulfilling life. We want to know that we matter and that we positively and meaningfully affect the lives of those around us. And so I mention this because often when we think of self-care, we think about laying on the beach or getting a massage or having a glass of wine. But if you were to do these every day, for example, say you won the lottery and you could quit your job and do any and all of these things every single day, you would eventually get bored. Now, it might take you a while, but eventually you would become restless. And that's because you're not creating anything. You're not contributing to others or making an impact on others. You have no purpose to fulfill. It's like yin and yang. Yin represents feminine qualities like dark, cool, slow, and receptive, while yang is a masculine quality that represents light, heat, movement, and action. Everything in the physical world must be a balance of yin and yang. So if you're just holding up and doing the inner work, you're primarily expressing yin qualities. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a time and place for it. But if it goes on for too long, you'll notice that things will start to fail. Things will start to become unbalanced. When self-care becomes just about slowing down, relaxing, and doing nothing, it becomes a form of hiding. And you can tell when this happens because you end up not achieving goals you set for yourself. Heck, you might even stop setting goals for yourself altogether. You might start shying away from personal challenges, or your capacity to push yourself outside your comfort zone diminishes. Because of this, your growth becomes stunted or stops. So how do we get out of this? How do we stop hiding? The short answer is courage. Courage is what allows us to start rebalancing inner work with action. Inner work without action is just knowledge, mind fodder, if you will. It's not embodied wisdom. So self-care is great, but we have to learn how to put it into action. And really, it's not about self-care and then action. Self-care is important as we're taking action. Self-care is never ending. And so to come out of hiding, we must deploy courage and just take that step forward. It's what we will demonstrate to ourselves that we're ready to be seen, that we're ready to take action. The self-care part is to be compassionate and gentle with yourself when the inevitable discomfort that arises when you're courageously taking action in service to your dreams. It's about coming to terms with feeling that you're not ready yet, that things aren't perfect, or that you don't know everything. It's about giving your chance to follow a new path. And that takes trust. It takes building a relationship with yourself. And just like any relationship, that takes time. It isn't built overnight. The egoic mind will never feel ready. If you've been in hiding, you won't magically wake up one day and think, gee, I'm ready to change careers now, or I'm ready to start that business now, I'm ready to start writing that book I've always dreamt about writing. That's because the egoic mind is always scared. It will always come up with stories about why now isn't the right time. I'm not ready. It's too late. I'm too old. I'm too young. There's always going to be something. So start building that relationship with yourself. Start building that trust with yourself by taking that first courageous step out of hiding. Ask yourself, what are 3 things I can do today or this week that would move my dreams forward? What are 3 actions I can take that are aligned with the greater vision I have for myself? And if 3 things feels too daunting, maybe you're making each thing too complicated, see if there's a way to break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. But the key is to make sure that you pick at least one action that is really going to take courage to achieve, something that stretches you outside your comfort zone. Don't just come up with 3 inconsequential actions that don't actually make a difference whether you accomplish them or not. But also don't just pick 3 actions that end up leaving you overwhelmed and freaked out. Either of these won't help you build trust in yourself. Rather, just focus on courageously taking steps forward and taking care of yourself while doing so that you won't become overwhelmed. I recommend being heads down, working towards a goal for 90 days at a time. Having that definitive time frame often helps people focus. And by heads down, I don't mean having blinders on. To me, having blinders on is like an ostrich sticking its head in the sand. It implies intentionally trying to disconnect from what is going on around us, a bypassing of sorts. Instead, try to maintain your focus by always keeping your dreams and vision in front of you. I believe this is an integrated approach to learning how to stop using self-care as an excuse to hide, to move beyond just doing inner work and create and manifest what we want on the outside so that we're actually embodying our higher awareness and insights. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on if you would like to see more content like this each week. See you in the next video.